So you have this grand vision in your head of what life could be like. It's a number in the account, it's a number on the scale, it's that car you want, it's that watch you want, it's that farm that you're going to buy with the beautiful family and the kids playing in the yard without a care in the world. We all have these grand visions of what our life could be like. But yet, day by day passes and you're not getting any closer to your goals. It seems like you just live the same day on repeat over and over and over. So I want to talk about what is the disconnect here? Why does it seem impossible to take action and take steps toward your big goals in life? Before I go into that, I just want to say that if you have that vision in your head, it is possible. It is 100% possible to get there. And everybody that you look up to has faced these 10 things. And the difference is they just took action and they faced these fears and they conquered them. So you're going to need to take account whether you've struggled with one of these or all 10. Like I said, the only difference between you and where you want to be is the ability to face these fears and conquer. Everyone has that dream life they want. So why does it feel impossible to take action? The first one is the fear of failure. You think people are going to laugh at me, people are going to judge me. What if it doesn't work? What if this, what if that? To get over this fear of failure, you're going to need to flip your perspective on failure. What do I mean by that? Well, it's been ingrained in us that failure is a bad thing. In school, if you failed, it was bad. You make a 60 on a test, you're down in the gutter, right? But let me reframe this for you. Let's look at Michael Jordan, arguably the greatest basketball player of all time. What was his field goal percentage across his whole career? 49.7%. He missed over half the shots that he took, and he was the greatest of all time, undefeated in the NBA Finals. Same thing with Major League Baseball. Those guys make tens of millions of dollars a year, and they are the best in the world if they can get on base 1 out of every 3 times they're at bat. Are they failing? No. So guys, you need to reframe your perspective on failure and understand that each time you fail, you learn a valuable lesson, which is ultimately going to build to your success. The best people in the world have failed more times than you've even tried. So keep trying and do not think of failure as failure, because no failure is permanent until you stop breathing. Until then, take the lesson, take the experience, and move on and continue moving towards your goal, because it is impossible to beat someone who keeps on getting up and keeps on trying. Number 2, perfectionism. So you won't start because it's not perfect. Well, let me tell you, newsflash, buddy. I'm making this video and it is far from perfect. Nothing in this world is perfect, but perfect is the enemy of good. And when God made the world, did he say it was perfect or did he say it was good? So don't let the perfect move stop you from making the good move. Over time, the good move and the good move and the good move are going to compound. You're going to end up in a very good destination. Because let me tell you, life can get very, very good, but it can never be perfect. So perfection does not exist. So do not let perfection stop you from achieving your goals. Number 3, overwhelm. So you're at 0 right now and you're looking at this huge mountain and you're saying, I don't know where to start. I just can't. It's so big. I can't even. Listen, you're playing yourself. If you are at the beginning of a journey, every journey of 1,000 miles started with one step. So what you need to do if you see this big mountain and it seems insurmountable is take the first step. Every professional started at 0. Every great person you've ever looked up to started with the first step, and you are just the same. Do not let the overwhelming large goal deter you from taking that first step. Number 4 is a lack of clarity. This is huge. Some people never get where they want to in life because they don't even know what they want. So if you don't have your goals written out in a 10-year, 5-year, 1-year vision, write it out in detail, fill up pages if you have to. Get clarity and get direction on what you want, and use the future to calculate the present. Do not use your past to project into the future. Things can change the moment you decide to. So get clarity by writing out your goals and thinking, what do I want my life to be like actually? And a tip for this is think of what you would do if failure was not an option. If you knew you couldn't fail, then what would your goals be? And let that at least just open your true desires, because God knows your true desires. So don't be afraid to put them on paper and say, this is what I want. It might never happen. And that's a scary thing to face. But The moment you're honest with yourself about what you want is the moment you can actually start heading in that direction. So number 5 is a lack of motivation. This is going to be huge in the society we live in because it's so overstimulating. Every single app on your phone is designed by some of the most brilliant minds in the world to take up as much of your time, energy, and attention as possible. This is the new oil that they are drilling for. So if you're using social media for free, keep in mind that you are the product. If you're lacking motivation, you need to delete these apps. You need to dopamine detox. It is a game changer. And another thing is consuming so many self-improvement and business videos and books and all these things that you're filling your mind with, which is a good thing. It's better than just mindless scrolling. But it gets to a point where you have so much knowledge in your head, but you have no real world results to show for it. And honestly, that's just as bad as not even knowing, right? If anything, it's arguably worse. So this is a sign to just stop the consumption and start producing and start taking action on what you want to accomplish. You know enough right now. Number 6, limited resources. You say, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have the energy. 2 things. Number 1, everyone in the world has resources that you want. And so you can make agreements with people and get them. But number 2 is time. Everyone is so busy, but listen, you have full control over your schedule. You can decide tomorrow to wake up 1 hour earlier and work on your business, or you can stay up 1 hour later to work on your business. It's about how bad do you want it. If you say you want one thing but your actions show differently, then I'm going to have to believe the actions every single time. If you don't have resources, maybe you lack resourcefulness, because the resources are out there. You just have to allocate them properly and gather them and be creative. Number 7, self-doubt. This is a big one because some people feel like they're incapable or they're not worthy of success. And if you feel like that, what it's going to do is it's going to stop you from putting forth your full effort. And then you will never succeed. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy at that point. So whether you believe you can or whether you believe you can't, you're right. That's from Henry Ford, I believe. Fact check me. So you have to genuinely believe what you want is possible. And let me tell you, it is. All things are possible. All things are possible through Christ. So stop doubting yourself. Any doubt that you have is a lie, straight up. There's contributing factors and there's determining factors. All things on the outside are contributing factors. I was born in the wrong time, the wrong race, the wrong gender. We all have limiting beliefs, but you know what? None of those can stop you, because there's somebody who was born with less than you who has more than you, who was born in a worse position than you that's now in a better position because they just took the action and they didn't overthink things. Number 8 is procrastination. I just want to tell you something. Procrastination can actually be a good thing, because think about back when you were in school and you had a huge project due and you waited until the last night to do it. I guarantee you got it done on time. I did this many, many times over. And so what I actually want to tell you is procrastination can be a very powerful tool because of this thing called Parkinson's Law. And what that says is that a task will fill the time allotted to complete. So if you give yourself a month to do something, it's going to take a month. You're going to get to 90% and you're going to be like, all right, I still have a few days left, blah, blah, blah. But if that deadline is there and it's a real deadline, you're going to get it done. We are designed to meet deadlines. So set strict deadlines on yourself. Act like it's a project that's due. Act like there's an assignment for your employer, because I guarantee you, you get to work on time and you get your work done. So do it for yourself too. Number 9, external pressure. I mean, there's all these judgments and job, work, family obligations. There's so much on our plate, and I understand that. Here's the thing though. You have to be able to create boundaries and prioritize your own goals. Okay, Lil Baby said this. Live your life and don't try to live for somebody else, because it'll ruin you. And that is so true. We have so many things externally weighing down on us, but let me just tell you, stop taking inputs from other people and truly think about what you want. And number 10, this is probably the biggest game changer that I have experienced this far, and it's the whole reason I'm making this video right now, is a community. Okay? You need accountability and a support system. And so not having a support system in place is going to absolutely kill your motivation, because think of all the times you said, I'm going to wake up early, I'm going to hit the gym, I'm going to make this video, I'm going to write this book, I'm going to do all these big things, I'm going to start that business, and you never did it. Why? Because your word means nothing. And that's why you have no confidence. So start being a person of honor and get a support system of like-minded people who aren't going to tell you your ideas are crazy or that you need to be quiet and do your job and sit down and, oh, that's not going to work. Okay, listen, that's their belief. That's not your belief. So you need a system around you that's not only telling you things are possible, but that they're motivating you to go even harder. So my biggest piece of advice would be to join a community, and we have one in the making. It's called the Millionaire Pact. This is people who are so solid, they're entrepreneurial, they're Christian, they're believers, and they're going to guarantee that when I say I'm going to do something, that it's going to happen. Because I gave them my word that I'm going to make this video, and here I am making the video at 11:30 at night. Got work in the morning, but I don't care because this is important. I'm prioritizing. So I just want to tell you that every person that you look up to has faced all of these limiting beliefs and faced these issues. The only difference is they conquered it and they took action. So this is the sign to stop watching videos, to log off the app, to delete everything off your phone, to stop listening to what other people say and the fear inside of you. It's not going to work. Listen, if that vision is in your head, it's there for a reason. Do not bury your talent. Go and double it, triple it, 100x it, because it is possible. I promise you. Much love.